Greetings everyone, my name is Jack5 and this is the last episode of GameMaker MemoryMaker that I'm ever going to make. I did make some other GameMaker Studio games, but I never finished them and I don't have any records of them and they're not on Gamejolt. This is the only other one that I haven't covered on this channel yet, and it's not finished. It was cancelled during development. There is a lot of history behind this game and I will need to show you that first. And I'm going to turn your attention to my website. Normally I would not take you here because I believe that this is just self-advertising and there's no other reason to visit my website other than to scroll through my catalog, but if you go and search for h3h3 game, you'll see there's a main article and a portfolio. I'll show you the main article first. So if we scroll down here, it gives you a brief synopsis. It was a video game I made to complete an assignment for my software design and development course at Broughton College. A platformer styled after NES, faithful to Super Mario Brothers, and it was cancelled because of time constraints. Now, if I can remember correctly, I would have continued the game after the project was complete. However, I decided that I no longer had any motivation and I abandoned the project. Anyway, so I need to show you the portfolio. This was made in conjunction with the game during the project, and it goes into tons of detail about the angle I took when designing the game, all of the coding fragments that were in the game, some concepts that never actually made it into the game, like boss battles here, so many things that just didn't end up, old sprite designs even, there's so many things here, and it just keeps going, and I might go over this at the end of this episode just as like a little side thing, but to begin with, I need to show you the game first. That's very important, so let me go ahead. Okay, so this is what the game looks like when you start it up. It is pretty bare bones, and it gives you the layout of the controller. Because this is an NES clone, you do have a very NES-like controller scheme. I don't remember the controls, but that shouldn't matter. And once I press reset, be prepared to not like what you're about to see or hear. Yeah, this is a sprite form of the h3h3 opening cutscene, compressed down into a couple of frames, and with posturizing, it looks really bad. It sounds okay though, but I honestly, I thought this was great at the time, but now that I look at it, I really can't stand seeing the cinematic in NES form. I'll just let it run its course because I'm sure you will want to see this. This is all it is. It's just the opening cutscene. Alright.
Wow, Ethan, great move. Keep it up. Proud of you.
So, this is the h3h3 game prototype. I forgot to say it was a prototype. That is basically just a fancy word for it hasn't been finished. Now, on this screen, you can press the select button to scroll through the menus. If you try and press start on a option like this, nothing happens. We could turn the music on or off, but I'm going to leave the music on, and all we have to do is start a game. And this is what it looks like. Basic platforming controls, only left and right do anything, up and down do nothing. You can jump with the with L on the keyboard, and if you hold K, you actually pull out a gun, but it doesn't do anything. There are animations for looking up and down with the gun, but nothing actually comes out of it. So all this is just a platformer at the moment. You'll see in the upper right corner, upper left corner, it's showing you your coin count and the time that you spent. Now, in regard to the portfolio and the music that's currently playing, this is Mr. Wilson's Neighborhood. No, yeah, this world is designed after Mr. Wilson's Neighborhood, which was part of the Alison Gold ABCDEFG music video, which has been removed from YouTube. You might still be able to find it, but I don't know. And that is pretty much it. That is literally the game. It was just designed like that.
Wow, Ethan, great move. Keep it up. Proud of you.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off music and go back in just to talk about things without getting distracted. The sprites in the game, so like the floor tiles and the floating block tiles, their design is all procedurally generated. So they're all the one object, and depending on where they are in the level, they will change design. Not a little bit of maths go into that, but I mean, you get the idea. This is pretty much just a single platforming level with no enemies. Enemies were planned, but nothing came out of them, which is kind of sad, I guess. I would like to see what it's like to complete complete this while collecting as little coins as possible. That would be really interesting. Unfortunately, you can only jump 3 blocks high, so it's forcing us to collect a couple of coins, like this one. Actually, I wonder if you can get onto the edge and not collect the coin. You can! Oh, okay. Can I restart? No, I can't. Maybe if I die.
Wow.
Yep, that's how you do it. Okay. Yeah, so let me just try. Like, I haven't had any kind of fun with this. Gonna edge myself very slowly towards the... Okay. Now this jump is going to be... No, okay. It's too dangerous. Yeah, that jump's not going to be possible. Yeah, unfortunately I can't keep doing that challenge because it's too dangerous. That's it for the prototype. But obviously, the meat of this game is in the documentation that I made, the portfolio. So let's go looking for that. Let me just glance at the sections again. Okay, so it starts with just talking about the project in general, describing h3h3 itself, their second channel when they still used it, and you'll notice that I mention a fan game, which is on Newgrounds. It's this h3h3 Productions versus Soflo Antonio game, and this was I think this was the first fan game that was ever made for h3h3 that like they actually played, and this was the reason why I wanted to make something like this. It's this game. You should remember it if you watched h3h3. So you move up and down. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna continue playing that because this is just for history's sake. Yeah, but when I, as you can see here, I felt compelled to attempt to develop the bare bones of a video game that themed them after h3h3. And it talks about how I've already made games in GameMaker Studio, so it was most obvious for me to do that. Talking about how I had to look on Google for inspiration, just quote some random Wikipedia article, who cares. This was all done like years ago, so it doesn't really reflect what I would write today, but this is just the general function. Reset was added. Oh, I forgot that's what you do. You have to press enter to reset. The cinematic based on zeroing with less grammar errors, if you remember all your basic belong to us. Main menu, platforming, and I actually include some old project downloads if anybody's interested, but you won't be able to open them because they don't really let you get GameMaker Studio 1 anymore. The only way you can use it is if you already own it on Steam. This is all a concept, just a couple of enemies that were planned to go into the game if I continued to work on it, but that never actually happened. Same with the worlds. Here's some pseudocode explaining what the sprite switching. Yeah, see, this is how the tiles change design based on this kind of code. Parallax scrolling, that's pretty easy in GameMaker Studio. Get the music depending on the room. Walking animation, death by falling, yeah. Pretty standard. Talking about how the ending was designed. Oh, okay, so this is basically just saying that to prevent an overflow, just keep them in the one position. The score, what it means, and peer review. I got multiple students to playtest the level, and they all found the gameplay rather smooth and enjoyable. Their one complaint was that the controls were hard to master. Those are not fixable since I'm trying to style the game after NES systems, which already have controls that need remembering. Yeah, I wouldn't agree, but whatever, I guess. It doesn't really matter. And then talking about the copyright and the how it looks and stuff, the audience of h3h3, judgment of success, yeah. So it's definitely more a school project than it is an actual game. I think this will describe in a little more detail what I was going through when I was posting this on Gamejolt, because I posted a couple of news updates. I'm not logged in, but I don't think you need to be. Yeah, okay, so let's see, it's over. I should have seen this coming. With the removal of the burdens of making the game and an increase in various other work, I finally made the decision to cancel the game. The prototype will remain for people to play. I will no longer work on the project, nor will I give the files to anyone. It's well and truly over. I thank you for the support. Yeah, so unfortunately this project did end up leading to a disappointment. But yeah, that happened, and I guess the only thing I can say now is that now that GameMaker MemoryMaker is over, all you have to do is just go to my Gamejolt and here are all the games. Here they are. You've got Bogmania, h3h3 game, Sender, which I still believe is my best work in terms of game development, and I won't make anything as good as it or better anytime soon, and Flap Flap Cyberfight Supreme. That's going to do it for this video and for the entire series because, well, there's nothing else for me to talk about. So, thank you for watching this if you were watching it at all. And, wow, it's gonna be really different to have to switch to another end card, because you're probably all used to seeing the scrolling credits while I'm talking, but nope, now I have a proper end card. Yeah, that is strange, and that's what happens when you don't make it the final episode in a series for a couple of months. Anyway, that's it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!